Everyone who lives in Yellowknife, the capital city of the Northwest Territories, has been ordered by authorities to evacuate by noon tomorrow as wildfires quickly close in on the city. Leaders in BC and Alberta have pledged their support to help those traveling south find shelter. Reception centers have also been set up in several regions. Meanwhile, officials in the Northwest Territories say the evacuation has been a safe operation so far. Manesa Dhanabalan joins us live with the latest. Hey, Manesa.
Hey, Kelly. It's been a long night for those residents. Yellowknife has a population of about 20,000 people, and neighboring communities were also ordered to evacuate. Some shared their harrowing stories. Smoke and flame-covered highways. That was the view for many residents as they fled from Yellowknife. Hundreds of wildfires raging in parts of Canada's Northwest Territories prompted officials to issue evacuation orders. Residents were ordered to leave the city with wildfires about 16 kilometers to its northwest boundary.
There was flames in the middle of the road, and I thought, oh my God, and I thought, oh, me being, I said, oh, flames, they'll just be this and there won't be nothing else, it'll be okay. That wasn't the case. From there on, it was hell. The only way we could drive is I seen the white line there. I said, look, I'm going to guide you with the white line. So I said, if I say white line, you come towards me. If I say I can't see you, you're going too far that other way. I hope I never have to go through this in my life again.
Many who traveled by road say they felt terrified. This video shows what another resident saw through her windshield. Nothing but thick smoke. And she said it made it difficult to breathe even with a mask on. The order came a day after a state of emergency was declared in the city. More than 230 active fires are burning across the Northwest Territories. Today, Canadian Armed Forces members arrived in Yellowknife to provide support for the communities. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to convene an urgent meeting with ministers and senior officials today. But for those who left, they don't know when they're coming back and whether their home will still be there when they return. One resident said the community of Enterprise was pretty much wiped out.
The town was gone. Pretty much. There was no buildings left. It was just metal frames melted. There were signs. You couldn't even read the signs because they were, when the fire blew through there, they were all melted. Everything was gone. It was like devastation. Trees were like ashes. Everything was like ashes and on fire. So it was scary to see and more worried about the people there.
Regions in BC and Alberta have been working to support victims. Some evacuees are headed to reception centers in Alberta communities more than 1,000 kilometers to the south, like Calgary.
The City of Calgary has opened a reception center for Yellowknife evacuees to provide access to accommodations and to the other supports they need. We have committed to help up to 5,000 people find shelter and the additional supports as the firefight in the north continues.
Evacuees were waiting in long lines with their belongings and loved ones once they arrived to Calgary. Evacuation flights were scheduled today for those who can't drive. Meanwhile, several users took to social media complaining about soaring ticket prices for flights out of Yellowknife by multiple carriers, including Air Canada. But in a response, Air Canada told Trending Now that this is not correct as we put in place a cap on fares for direct flights out of Yellowknife. In those instances where people posted screenshots of higher fares on social media, these are based on complex itineraries involving multiple flights and sometimes multiple carriers, rather than direct flights. This is the worst wildfire season in Canadian history, and the list continues to grow. There are currently more than 1,000 wildfires burning across the country.